students. Welcome to your second lecture. I hope that you all are doing good and you had revised that what we have previously learned in the previous class. So, as you remember that we were talking about different careers in science. We had discussed a few careers like astronauts, lab researchers, oceanographers, biologists, geologists, anthropologists, doctors, and many others in the previous lecture. Today we are going to specifically talk about a specific career in science, which is archaeologist. So let's start the lecture. So students, today we are going to see what does an archaeologist do. So for this you have to open page number 7 of your books and let's start the reading. What does an archaeologist do? Archaeologists discover and analyze things that have been left from other civilizations and societies. These things include artifacts that can be a million years old up to things developed recently. So, archaeologist or archaeology is also a career in science. So, what is the job of archaeologist? Archaeologists are scientists that discover and analyze things that have been left from other civilizations and societies. So, because we study because there are so many things that we really need to discover. There are so many civilizations that have lived before us. There are so many people that have lived before us. So, scientists and the archaeologists' job is to search and look for such civilization and societies and analyze different things like how did people live before us and how did people behaved a certain way, what kind of things they have made, what was their contribution to the society, and what can we learn from them. So this is the job of archaeologists to study about different civilizations and societies that have lived before us. And these things include artifacts. So artifacts basically are some objects which show that human showing human workmanship or and modification, or we can just simply say that it's an object that is a remainder from a particular period. Artifact means that things that were made in the previous times and they have been left for us, and we, like for example Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is an artifact which was made in earliest times. So and also their job is also to study about new things that are developing, about new things. They discover things, they analyze things, they research about things, they look for different things. So one of the reasons why archaeology is so important is because the majority of human history, 99%, has no written record. So um, why archaeology is such important career? Because in the previous time obviously there was the science did not develop, and science did not develop to a level that it has today, and technology was not there at that point of time. Technology, computers and different, so all different type of technology like aeroplanes or cars or mobile phones or cellular phones or smartphones or computer laptops, or even the kind of even robots, they were not a part of that time period, and people were not literate in the previous times. They did not uh, write a lot of things. There were times when things started writing and people started writing. So and but many of the things that we found on this planet, we do, and about people that have lived before us, we haven't find anything that is that is written about there are some things that scientists find out, archaeologists find out, which do not have things written about them. What is the job of archaeologists? They just go and they just see artifacts, and they presume and assume things that okay, they must have done this to make this, or things like that. We need archaeology to better understand human evolution and cultural development. So because history is important for us. Why? Because then we can draw a comparison between our present and our past, that what kind of life our ancestors lived, what kind of how much the world has evolved over the years, and you know and cultural development, like what were the cultures that were followed before us, how we are developing as a society, as a culture, and as a human, how the new things are developing. So we can just draw a comparison between the earliest times and the previous and the newest times, and we can learn about a lot of things. Sometimes if we don't understand, we just go into the history, and we'll talk a lot about different things. Like, for example, religion. We have to study about history to learn about religion. So it is important. To better understand the past, archaeologists survey, analyze data, and excavate. So this is the procedure that archaeologists follow. So now, if somebody asks you a question, how do archaeologists work? So what do? Archaeologists survey. Survey means to look closely at something, to analyze something, or to examine something. And there are very different methods of doing a survey. Surveys can be done by asking people questions, and many other methods that can be followed by doing a survey. So um, and they analyze data. First of all, they conduct a survey and they gather information and they analyze that data. They kind of look through the data, look into the data, and they kind of analyze things like, oh, okay, fine, I have this thing now. Now this thing might have happened like this, and things like that. And excavate. Excavate means to dig into something, to dig. Basically it means to just remove like we dig graves. When somebody dies, we excavate the land, means we dig into it and we put the body inside it. Similarly, archaeologists, what they do is they excavate the earth to find out the remains of things, to if they find out remains of human beings or any other animals, or any other buildings, anything, a part of anything. So they excavate. What do? They survey, they analyze, and they excavate. Excavate means to dig. Archaeology spreads Archaeology spreads to the other areas that can include geography, art history, physics, and chemistry. So because science has a lot of different areas, like physics, chemistry, bio, geography, history, uh, many others areas. So it also can be spread to and can include geography, art history, physics, chemistry. So because archaeologists job is to search about history, and search about the previous time and also present time, and also about analyzing things, and investigating things. So they can invest about anything. They can invest about land, about the history, about physics, about chemistry, about biology, about animals, anything. So statistics, geography, and geology are good areas to study if you'd like to be an archaeologist. So if you want to be archaeologist in the future, if you want to, if you have a passion to find out about different things, and how did we arrive here, what happened in the previous times, or what is happening nowadays. If you want to dig into different things, then archaeology is a very good field for you. You can find about the earth, um, about things that are about geography. Geography means study of earth. Geology is also the study of earth, the different features of earth, like what causes tsunamis, why volcanoes erupt, and how do they form, and the different building blocks of rocks, and all these. The study of the structural study of earth is called geography. And statistics. Statistics is basically the gathering and presentation, or it is a branch of mathematics basically, which deals with collection or analyzation and interpretation of and presentation of different data, like how the data is presented. Like archaeologists, they gather a lot of data, so stats is also a part of that. And we have learned how early societies used fire, metal, stones, tools, and agriculture through archaeology. So we have talked, we have learned about, like, you must have heard that in the previous time people used to make fire by burning stones together, and um, um, how they did and how did they use stone, different tools, and how did they, use different type of agriculture through archaeology. Everything that we know about history is basically, or not about not only about history but about the previous geography. So, and everything that we have talked about, learned about archaeology, about this earth is through archaeology, because this is the job of archaeologists to find out about things, discover and find out about different things, like how things are working in this planet Earth, how things have worked before, how things are going to work in the future. So so, archaeology is featured in popular culture such as movies. Um, Archaeologists sometimes run into problems from thieves who steal artifacts from archaeological sites. Stone tools created by human millions of years ago in Africa have been found by archaeologists. So these are things that have been found out about the archaeologists, found out by archaeologists, and archaeologists are also featured in different movies because of their work. Many written records of ancient societies can be misleading due to literature not being readily available to the general population. So these are some of the facts that are presented about archaeology and archaeologist scientists. Like they can, they are they can be found in movies, because there are a lot of movies that are made about archaeologists, and a lot of movies that are based on history, or on things that are found out by archaeologists. And archaeologists also sometimes have trouble because there are thieves in this world and they steal different things. So artifacts are very important things, like for example a diamond, which is a huge expensive stone, and there are millions of there are there are different diamonds that are so old, so they have been found out by archaeologists and they've been placed into museums. And also other different things that are found out about the that are found about history. So sometimes archaeologists, they do a lot of hard work and they find something, and then thieves, they steal it, so that's also bad. So some stone tools created by human millions of years ago have been found out by archaeologists. So there are so many things that I already told you that have been found by archaeologists. So, and that there are stones that are millions and millions of years ago that have found in Africa, that are found in Africa by archaeologists. And many written records of ancient societies can be misleading due to literature not being readily available to the general population. So, not everything that is found out about by archaeologists is correct, or sorry, is given to the general population. Not everything is put into put into public like that. So that's why a lot of things that are written about ancient histories can be wrong, can be misleading, because we don't know what actually happened. So because the general information is not available to all of us. So yeah, this is what archaeology is all about. This is what archaeologists do. And if I hope that this career interests you. If you find it interesting, then you can just be an archaeologist in the future as well. So yeah, I think you must have understood today what archaeologists do and how do they work and what are different facts about them. So okay, students, so your task for today is that, as you can see the picture of this Roman theater in Amman, Jordan, this is a very old building. It is an old artifact. It is an artifact which is found by archaeologists. So, what your your job is, your task for today is that you have to be an archaeologist. You have to, for example, if you have find out, you have you can see in this picture, and you can just write questions about this, and you can just research about it like archaeologists do. They survey, they research about it, they ask questions, they examine, then they analyze data and they excavate. So this is your job for today. You have to survey, you have to analyze it, you have to excavate, you have to ask questions, you have to write down the questions like who lived here and when, or what is the history about this artifact, or how did it appear, why is it so famous, how come it's still there, it's not broken, or it's destructed. So you have to be an archaeologist and search and survey about it. Okay, so this is your homework. uh, so one thing that now happens is that what archaeologists find out is not does not become a fact, because every day whenever new people come, they search about, they search differently about this thing. So new theories, they come up every year, or every time somebody new researches about a certain place or certain thing. So archaeologists, whatever archaeologists theories are, they're not facts, so every time they change. So just like you will be archaeologist, you're going to find out about this place, and you're going to find out your questions, and I have to write answers for this. uh, and you have to make a report about it, you have to write about this, and you have to research about it and make a report, small report about it, like what do you know about this place, why is it famous, how it is there, what kind of structure it is, what happened to the people who live here, or what was what why was this place used, what was this place used for. So that's all for today, students. I hope that you have learned about archaeologists today. And if you're having any problems with the lecture or lesson, then you please contact the school administration and let me know. I'm going to give you all my help. So do remember it, okay? So I'm going to see you in this next lecture, and please revise, and what these words, highlighted words, just write them down on a piece of notebook, and search for their meanings. Although I've already told you the meanings, and these are the words which are highlighted, because they are kind of the quiddity and essence of this chapter. So this is we have learned about archaeologists today, and I hope that you've understood what do they do. And in the next chapter we are going to study about another career in science. So till then, you take care, and I hope that you're taking care of your parents at your homes, and enjoy your holidays, work, because you never know when is school going to open. But this is your online class, you have to give proper time to your studies, and because it's not going to be easy, you have to make a lot of time for your studies, and you can play as well, and you must keep yourself clean. Okay, I'll see you in the next lecture. Take care.